Hello there and welcome into episode 33 of Reminiscing with Shady. I'm Shadylikeatree and this is Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap was originally released on June 30th, 1999 here in the Americas. It was developed by HAL Laboratories, published by Nintendo, as all Pokemon games were, and it was released only on the Nintendo 64. Some interesting factoids about this game is that it is one of the the only Pokemon shooter game, and I use that term lightly because Pokemon Snap is a rail shooter game, and it uses many of the same physics as first-person shooter video games of its day, although instead of killing things, you're taking their picture. But the same physics still apply. Now, Pokemon, the original 150, is really the only ones I count because I don't count any of the later stuff. I really don't. After the first 150, it's just like, what's the point? Because you're just going to make more. So, that's one of the reasons why I like this game. Another reason, it's a picture game. It's got Pokemon in it. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's got a lot of replay value because you can, beat your high score and whatnot, kind of similarly to how Asteroids has a high score system. Currently, this particular, map is beach, and as you saw, I did manage to capture shooting Pikachu or surfing Pikachu earlier in the level, and there's a Scyther, one of my favorite Pokemon. But when I was a boy, and I was about 10 years old when this came out, actually I was a little older than 10, my cousin and I, who was a couple years younger than me, had this game. He had a Nintendo 64. As I've said in other Nintendo 64 related Reminiscing with Shadys, I never actually owned a Nintendo 64 until I bought one for myself about a year ago. I played this. We played games together. We weren't particularly close. I'm not particularly close with really any of my cousins, but every time I'd go over to my uncle's, we would go downstairs, and in the basement there was a Nintendo 64 there at the time, and we would play this. We would play Super Smash Brothers. We would play Pokemon Stadium, we would play Metroid, we would all that stuff. All the early good classic Nintendo 64 games are the games that we would play as children. And I want to first mention right here the screen gets a little shaky at times, but that's just with the recording of the game. Sometimes it happens because of this being an N64 and being old as it is, and on standard definition, I might add. But basically, the idea of Pokemon Snap is to capture Pokemon in your picture, and you get various point bonuses for doing so. Like if you capture, like here, I'm going to try to get, I think, 2 or 3 Bulbasaur in the same picture. And if you're able to do that, you get bonus points for a Pokemon multiplier. If you capture it in the center of frame, you get a double score, and all of this. And the goal is basically just to get the most amount of points possible. And do the very best. So right here, I'm trying to get him in the frame, doing a funny pose. You get points for that, and whatnot. But you have 60 pictures you can take, and the idea is to just take as many different Pokemon as you can. Not all 150 are available in this game. Actually, 151 because Mew is visible. If I'm remembering correctly, there's only, I think, 93 that you can possibly see after you've done some sort of finagling. Right here, I'm trying to get Slowpoke to go over to this place where he can get Shelter to bite his tail, and he'll become Slowbro, which is something I tried to do here, but it didn't obviously work out because Slowpoke is really, really dumb. As you can see, he's derpy in the head, derpy in the face. I mean, and then right here, I think I eventually get him to come over to this thing, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it doesn't look like I do, but pretty much the focus of the game is you basically just want to try to take pictures of as many different Pokemon as you can see. You can replay the levels as many times as you want. But one of the things that I like to do is I just like to, whenever we would get bored, we would come on this game, and after we'd taken as many good pictures as we thought we could, we'd just start throwing pester balls, which is what you see right here. Is I'm throwing pester balls at the Metapod, trying to get him to come down closer. There we go. There's one. Gonna take his picture right meow. So that's what I try to do is I just threw pester balls at random Pokemon just to see. Some of the more notable Pokemon, I guess, that you would see is Charizard, Pikachu are in this, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. I'm pretty sure there's a Wartortle, Charizard, Charmander, for the most part. And then there's all the basic types are pretty much in there, except for the rare stuff, like the legendary Pokemon, to my knowledge, aren't in here. Neither are like any of the rare ones, like Dragonair, Dragonite. I don't remember seeing any of them. But those are the Pokemon that you can see, and that's one of the reasons why I like this. Is I was a huge fan when I was a kid of Pokemon. I had the cards, I had most of the games. There's a Cloyster, and I had definitely I spent a lot of time, money, and effort into these Pokemon. And I'm trying to throw apples at Pikachu, because if you hit Pikachu with an apple right here, he'll go into flying mode. Like right here, well, you can't really see it, but I eventually did hit him, and he runs into Flying Pikachu, which is a rare photo in itself. But this has been episode 33 of Reminiscing with Shady. I love this game. Played it when I was a kid with my cousin. We had a lot of fun. Did a lot of mischievous things with it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Later.